Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chef Ava Marie Happy Hour podcast. I am your host, Chef Ava Marie. So today we're going to have John Goodwin on the show today, former Colma mayor. We just had a little bit of difficulty with the text. Sorry for the delay. So he's going to join us in just a little bit. But this yep, he just replied he's gonna try that one. So that's gonna be our official show for today. We're so excited for him to join us, and he's gonna talk about his story as a ranger, and he's gonna talk about what he did for his community as for Colma Community Center. So that's what we're gonna have him. Anyway, this week is gonna be a fantastic week because I can't wait to share what we have in the culinary world. I just getting over a cold. I just had it on Monday, so just under the weather, but life is cooking. So this weekend is Lunar New Year weekend at the Millbrae um, Festival. So check that out if you ever get a chance to. Also, the night market's coming up in South San Francisco, so don't forget that. Okay? And also, please don't forget to join. Okay? So, we're just waiting for John to join us just a little bit. So, hope John's joining. So, and also, um, I can't wait to share what's going on in the culinary world. I'm going to be making some new recipes in the week. So, what are you guys cooking this week? Anything interesting? Let me know in the comments. So, we'd like to hear about that. And also, what else is new with you guys? So, let me know in the comments too. So, and I want to tell you a few things. I've been, oh, he's on right now, so let's get him on the live stream. So, hello, John. How you doing today?
I'm good, Chef. How are you? Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Welcome on the show podcast.
Thanks.
So, before you were a Colma mayor, what made you wrote this book about state parks?
Yeah, so I was a national park law enforcement ranger for about 27 years, and great career. Nothing but fun. You know, some interesting side stories along the way, but an absolutely great career. And then I decided to continue serving the public by running for office, and I was elected.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
And correctly in the Global Book Awards, how did it feel to be recognized as a local author?
It felt great. You know, it was totally unexpected. For me, it was just a little book that I wrote, you know, a memoir, and I wasn't expecting anything. I put my book out there, and I won the silver medal for the. It was biographies of professionals was the category that it won in.
Yeah. So during that time, are there any recipes that you did during when you're a ranger? Any outdoor chuck wagon cooking cook-offs or anything like that?
You bet. Yeah. You know, especially in the more remote parks that I worked at, Everglades was about 50 miles from Homestead, Florida. So you had to
Hmm.
plan very carefully for what you cooked. You know,
Yeah.
you couldn't just go down to the neighborhood Trader Joe's or Costco,
No.
you know. So, but it was fun. You know, we ended up having, you know, the beautiful thing about it, we ended up having just group dinners, group barbecues. So it was so much fun. It was community. You know, our the little town that I lived in was called Flamingo. It was in Everglades
Oh,
National Park.
Mango, Florida. It's fantastic. In
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah. Yep. I never saw a flamingo when I was there, but that's the name of the little town that I lived in.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's
yeah. I brought a recipe. I call it Ranger John chocolate chip cake.
we can put that on the YouTube channel. Let's put that. That's fantastic. So we'll put that in a link there. Okay.
Thanks. So the little side story of how that came to be was, again, a very isolated area in Everglades. And I just wanted to get together with my neighbors, concession people that work there, and rangers as well. But I opened up a little coffee shop. Didn't charge anybody, but I made coffee, and every Sunday I cooked this Ranger John chocolate chip cake.
Wow. Before you were
Yeah.
mayor in
Oh,
office.
that was years ago. Years ago, yeah.
Okay. During your time in office, what community events keeps you engaged with citizens at the time of your office? Your 20 years in office.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again one more time?
Well, yeah, because during the time in office as a mayor and as a council member, what events and legislations did you do to keep the citizens engaged?
Oh, wow. That's a great
Well, very
question.
political, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great question. So, I was in 8 years, and of those 8 years, two of them were mayor. So in Colma, we rotate every year as a new mayor. But
Same with South City, they do that too.
they do that too. Yeah, and so I was mayor in 2020 during the height of COVID, and also mayor in 2024, which was our 100th anniversary for the town of Colma.
Yeah,
It would seem too varied, years, and it was. But in 2024 for the 100th anniversary, it was everybody getting together. The whole community
yeah,
feel of it. And in 2020 with COVID, it was the same feeling in a sense. We were all looking out for one another. So again, the
mhm,
community. It's a very tight knit, small community here.
yeah.
A very inclusive, very diverse community. And so both those years, it was so much joy just helping out the public, serving them,
Yeah,
doing what I could on both years, trying to do the best job that I could.
that's fantastic.
Thanks.
I've actually wanted to say that you guys do incredible for your neighborhood because I live in South San Francisco. We do things in our neighborhood, so we're like near you guys. Like Daly City's next to us and South San Francisco. We're like neighbors.
Yep. Yep.
So I met you at a cooking class, and with you and your wife Martha Goodwin. You guys were so kind, and she's the spice of her life. What makes your marriage work, and what do you guys do for everyday living?
Well, I do the cooking.
Does she
That
help
was
with the
a
dishes?
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't go near the kitchen when she's doing the dishes. So,
Good.
it's a lot of work. We've been married now for 30, gosh, this is
Uh,
going on 38 years. So, it's nothing's ever easy. You have to work on everything. And there's the good, just like life. There's good, there's bad, and there's everything in between. And you just stick together, right? And
yeah.
yeah.
And then, as a citizen, what goals do you want to reconnect with our community and the South City residents and Colma and Daly City? We have a bus trip coming up on January 30th. Are you excited about going on a trip with the group? And have you been on these trips before?
Yeah, Colma Recreation has, I think it's one of the best recreation departments in the entire Bay Area.
Yeah.
It's small, so and everyone is welcome to join in, on any of the trips that we have, any of the classes. But that said, yeah, I've been on many trips with Colma Rec before. This one is going to be interesting because it's the first one I've been on since I've left office. So I'm sure that people will still be asking questions, still, wanting help, which is fine. I mean, I'm still happy to help out. The
You're a
point
citizen, just like Obama.
but I can't help it. It's that I think it's in my blood. I just want to serve people.
Just
So
be nice. You can do your Obama figures. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. Well, I look at like President Obama, President Biden, and they should happily just retire. But I know both of them won't. If you're a public servant even when you
Take
do
care.
retire, yeah, you can't stop helping people. Yeah.
Yeah, just never. It's just about volunteerism. That's right.
Yep.
So, what's your goal after that? What are your goals for the long term for Tacoma as a we going to do like travel somewhere in the world?
No, I do. I want to travel. Maybe not this year so much, but maybe next year I might be going to Spain and walking the Camino Francés
Oh,
trail. So that's about 500 miles and takes about 30, 35 days or so. You start from a little village in France and you ended up in Santiago de Compostela. So it's
wow.
you could look at it as a religious pilgrimage, but it's not. You don't have to be religious to go on it. You know, there's a lot
Hmm.
of I'm sure it'll open up a lot of ideas for my second book. You know, because you do
Yeah.
nothing but walking and eating. You know, up in
Yeah.
it's Spain, so there's going to be little towns every few miles. There's going to be coffee shops. There's going to be delicious food to eat.
Tapas, you name it.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And that's one of the bigger ones. I'm also looking at other trails, long distance trails, whether it's the Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, maybe the John Muir Trail. Travel to different countries. Now I have the freedom, being retired, that I can travel. I don't have that
Yeah, as long as you save a
responsibility.
little money, it's just probably just invested. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
just saving for what I want, so that's probably the best way to do it, in this time and era.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you see me out there wandering around, just
I
point.
will.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to get to the fun part. So now I'm going to go ask you a few fun questions.
Okay.
This is called the top five. We do this to every guest on the show. So here are the top five. You've got to ask the questions. So, favorite podcast you listen to right now on the radio?
Yours.
Thank you. Your
I
favorite book?
favorite book? Oh, Lord of the Rings by Tolkien.
Yeah, it's a good one. And
Mhm.
then TV show.
I love Silo. Really, really good TV. It's on Apple TV. I've read the books. That's a good one. Oh my gosh, Lost was one of my all-time favorite TV shows.
Oh yeah, my mom loved that show before she passed away, and I
Oh,
lost her a year ago.
I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah,
Thank you. She was my best friend, and she was
yeah,
like my best. She was everything to me.
yeah.
And my favorite, and your favorite place to travel, like we just said, Spain.
I love Spain. I got to tell you, my favorite place to travel is probably, it's got to be the United States. There's so many places I haven't been. Just a few months ago, I went up to the Northeast, my first time ever visiting Acadia National Park in Maine.
Oh,
Absolutely loved it. Our country has so many, not only national parks or state parks. There's little hidden
mm.
gems that are out there that are just waiting to be explored.
I did go meet the Lost Kitchen because she lives in Maine.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
watched that show, and she lives in the middle of Maine.
They
Her
have
name is
some
Erin French.
they have some great food in Maine.
And you have to make a reservation of very in a lifetime.
Yeah. Yep. It's beautiful if you get a chance to travel up there. For your listeners who haven't been up into the Northeast, go in fall. It's so beautiful.
That's right. You
Yep.
hear that, guys? Go and
Yep.
fall. Have favorite restaurant to eat in the Bay Area?
Oh my.
You and Martha, you guys got it. You guys go together.
Yeah. God, to pin it down to one.
There's so many. There's
Uh,
Coma, Daly City.
uh, there, there's a little
So
taco
many
trailer.
places closed.
There's a taco trailer that's by Malloy's, and it's delicious. It is really,
Oh
really
my
good food.
God.
I got to tell you though, Chef,
My
that
brother got
you know
food
since
poisoning.
since I started cooking more and more, and
Good.
I'm not a chef at all, but since I started cooking more, the restaurants I go to, sometimes I'm really,
Yeah,
I'm not impressed with the food, and
I agree.
I'm a critic. If I can go to a restaurant and I can eat
Yeah,
something that, that I know I can't recreate at home better, then I'm like, this is really good. But if I know I'm eating something and I'm like, I can go back home and I can make this better, then I'm like,
yeah,
I kind of just wasted some money. So, so the question is, it's a good one, but to pin it down to something, that's why I like that little taco trailer by Malloy's. Is it's just really good. It's a level above like street food, like a level above like a
yeah.
local vendor.
I'm
But
always Tavern. Yeah,
but the flavors are so good, and it's a little bit more pricey than going to like a street vendor, but it's just delicious. Yeah.
yeah. I'm glad you. That's one of your favorites, and all of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, well, it was great having you on the show. You were wonderful. So, where can they can buy your book?
Oh, so the book. Let me. There it is, everybody.
Yep.
It's Echoes of the Badge. So when it first came out, it came out on Amazon, and you can find it there. Echoes of the Badge. Look for my name, John
Going
Goodwin.
down there.
But it's also, you can find it at Barnes and Noble online. You can go on Ingram,
Mhm.
Lulu, Ingram Spark. That is Lulu. I'm even doing an audiobook version of it, which will be out in 2025. And
Wow.
yeah, it's filled with many short stories. It's one of those books that you start reading and you really don't want to put down because it just flows along really well.
Yes.
It's not Lord of the Rings, so if anyone's looking at a masterpiece, it's not that, but it's a truly heartfelt just journey of a person that's gone through a lot.
Yeah.
It details the PTSD that I dealt with for 10 years
Mm.
after my first lightning strike, and it's a whole no punches type of a memoir. It shows just like life, like I'd said before, it shows the good, the bad, and the not so good, but it gives the reader hope as they're looking at
Yeah.
it. So I really encourage people to pick up a copy, read it. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, definitely gonna suggest that because thank you so much for coming on the show, and I will link that and the recipe for my viewers at home. So thank you for coming on. And next time we broadcast, we're gonna have Mayor Eddie Flores is gonna join us on the podcast in February. So that's the next time we're gonna air it on the show. So thank you for joining us, John.
You're welcome, Chef. Thank you for having me again. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Are you going to be coming to the cooking class tomorrow? Because we got 5 people.
I'm there. I'll be
I'll
there.
see you there.
Okay. You take care. Okay.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. So that was John Goodwin. So, as we might say, saucy to perfection. And then next week we have Eddie Flores, next month, because we're going to have Eddie Flores, mayor of South San Francisco, is going to join us for what's happening in our city of South San Francisco. Until then, saucy to perfection, and adios. Bye bye.